So I got a little bit of an update video for you guys. So those of you who have been watching the EUC videos, the INMOTION V11, which I purchased almost a year ago actually. I think I purchased it in November of last year. Pretty much since summer has been out of commission. The wheel had some kind of fault where it was locked out. So they locked it so that I couldn't use it because it was considered to be dangerous. And what I ended up doing was searching online, trying to figure out how to fix the situation. And then I kind of just gave up for a little bit, had other things that I was doing. And then I found some more information online. And eventually I got to a point where I had to send an email to a very specific address with all the information that the app was telling me about the problem with the wheel. And after I sent that, they sent me back a link where I would schedule an appointment and have them remotely access my wheel, but do a diagnostic and fix the problem. It took me another 2 months before I actually scheduled the actual appointment. And that appointment was for today. I've constantly been checking the wheel and trying to see if I could get it to work on my own. Had no luck, even yesterday, even this morning. The appointment was for 12 o'clock, but they said that it would be from 12 to 1. And it would be a 10-minute, usually a 10-minute call, but they can call anytime from 12 to 1. The instructions said to have the wheel pretty much connected to the app, fully charged. And I was pretty much ready to go for this phone call. And 12 o'clock came, no phone call. And you could probably guess what happened next. There was no phone call. But while I was waiting, I said, let me turn on the wheel and try to get everything ready. And one of the things that happened was it said there was a firmware update. So I said, all right, let me do that before I get on the phone with this guy because probably they're going to tell me to do it anyway. So I set it up. The wheel was still not working. And then I said, all right, let me play around with the settings again. And within the settings on the phone, there's this little lock icon. It looks like an actual padlock. And it was locked. Every time I tried unlocking it, it would unlock for about a second and then go back into its locked position. And it would not actually change the situation with the wheel. This time, however, the wheel started working again. I don't know if the technician just accessed it and fixed it without even bothering to call me, or if it's just a coincidence, or if it was the firmware update. Let's see if I could get the wheel to reconnect to my app. Okay, it's connected, but it's still telling me that warning. And the warning says your vehicle is in an abnormal condition. This vehicle has been temporarily locked due to safety-related hidden danger. That is the message it was telling me all this time, and it's still telling me that. But the wheel works now. So I don't know if maybe it was just a coincidence, the firmware update allowed me to reactivate the wheel, or if someone actually connected to the wheel remotely and reactivated. But it still says that it's locked out on the app. But right now, my wheel is working, and I'm going to take advantage of this beautiful day. I'm not going to go very far because I don't want to find myself in a position where I have to walk this thing back. I've already had that situation happen. Never did upload that video. There's a lot of videos I haven't uploaded. Actually, I should check, see how fast I'm actually going. There's my speedometer. There we go. Give that a second or two to turn on. Now, it's been a while since I've ridden through this area, at least with this wheel, obviously. But even before that, I stopped because there was a lot of homeless, going on, and I didn't feel safe with it. I came through a couple times on my motorcycle, and all of a sudden everybody's gone. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe people complained and maybe the police showed up and kicked them out. I don't know. Point is, they ain't here. So I'm back to feeling safe riding around in here, especially at night. I want to come back at night because it's so nice at night. Now, how fast am I going? 16 miles an hour. Not bad. I was actually worried that because I haven't been on this thing for so long, that once I jump back on, I would not be able to ride it. I would have to relearn everything. It's fine. If anything, I feel like I'm a little more comfortable on it now. Oh, look at those deers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are you in the middle of the road? Come on, go, move it along. Thank you. Very nice. All right, so we're gonna go through this little spot here that I like to go through, which is the mental hospital. I'm gonna try not to bust my ass because I see a lot of leaves, and it did rain last night. And if you know anything about wheels and wet leaves, you really shouldn't go through them because you're gonna slip. A lot of garbage thrown about here. Somebody's dumping. But I don't see any signs of anyone like being here, so that's good. Because honestly, I don't want to deal with that ever again. Nothing bad happened, but it was kind of sketchy. I'll be honest with you. And it really turned me off to coming through here. But all right. Hopefully this replacement camera is better than the last one. The last one was having a lot of issues. It would drift a lot. At one point it just started spazzing out, and it pretty much just stayed that way. So I sent it back, I got a replacement, and it seems to be working. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody here. Doesn't look like anybody's here. So that's good. I don't want to go too far, like I said, because I don't want to have to walk this thing back. Because when this thing dies completely, it is not easy to push at all. It's actually harder to push when it's locked out, because it stays on and it's almost like it has a little parking brake function. So it's harder to push. You actually have to turn it off, and it's still hard to push, just not as hard. And all of this happened because I went on the rail trail, the Heritage Rail Trail, and I went all the way. I think I did like 30 miles, something like that. On the way back, I did not plan it well, and battery died, and I pushed it all the way to its limit. I mean, it was beeping. It was, it was forcing a slowdown, and then eventually it kicked me off. It basically told me that it didn't have enough juice to carry my weight. That's essentially what it's telling me. And I got off, and I was pushing it, and I was using the assist to do so. And even then, eventually, that completely died out. So I drained that battery completely to its limit. And then I had to continue pushing it all the way to where the actual entrance of the trail is. And then I still had another, 2 miles that I had to walk with it to get, home. So what I actually ended up doing, which probably wasn't the smartest idea, but thankfully nothing went wrong. I ended up ditching the wheel on the trail, just somewhere, behind some bushes and shit, so that hopefully nobody would see it. It was already nighttime, so there shouldn't have been anybody on the trail anyway. And then I just kind of hauled ass back home, got my car, drove back. The whole ordeal took an extra 20 minutes actually, between walking home, getting the car, driving back, and then walking to where I had left the wheel, and then throwing it in the car. And the next day I charged the wheel, and everything seemed fine. It was charged. I think I rode it for 5 minutes, and then I turned it off, came back, and I was gonna go for a nice long ride, and that's when the wheel said it was locked out. And I hadn't ridden it since. So probably end of July or early August, which meant that pretty much all of August, all of September, and almost all of October, I did not have access to this wheel. But it's working now. It's working fine. I have no idea what's going to happen after riding it when I get home. If I turn it off, if it will have the same problem. As I said, they never called me. So, I don't know. If it stops working, then I'll just reach out to them again and, just let them know, hey, I had this appointment and you guys never called me. But if it continues to work, then there's no reason to contact anybody. I'm tempted to go a little bit further. So we'll see. We'll give it another 10 minutes and see what happens. So, also, you might see that I don't have my wrist guards. It's not because I don't want to wear them. It's not because I think I'm tough and I don't need them. I couldn't find the damn things. It's been so long since I've ridden this. I kind of just threw all my gear to the side, and then I guess while I was doing other things, moving stuff around, clearing things, I must have put them somewhere and I just don't remember where. It took me a while just to find the gloves, but I figure at least I'm wearing this, so if I do fall, maybe I can, save myself a little bit. That's a dog. Always got to be careful with dogs. How's he gonna react? Is he gonna be okay? Okay. Oh, good doggy. Some dogs are not very nice. Some dogs, they see this wheel and they go crazy. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day. Oh. It's also Halloween, but it doesn't feel like it. Not because of the weather, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it anymore. There's some people who have decorated their homes. I did, but even so, it just doesn't feel like Halloween. This road is really nice. They've been repaving some of these roads, these local roads, so it's perfect for riding. But alright, so now you know. I got the wheel working. I think it's because they did something. I mean, it seems too coincidental, but it could have also been the firmware update as well. I really don't know. Can't tell you for sure. I want to believe it was that they just accessed the wheel, said, based on this diagnostic, there's no problem, and just reactivated it. But again, I can't tell you for sure. What I can tell you is that is a pain in the ass to have a device that can be deactivated and you have no way of reactivating it unless the people you bought it from reactivate them. But alright. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm gonna head back to the park and I guess end the video there. Oh, it's so beautiful. I missed this. This feels so good. The only problem is it's gonna start getting cold, which means, I'm still gonna ride like I did last year when it was still winter. The only problem is it's not gonna be as enjoyable. I really missed out. I missed out on the bulk of the summer. September is really the best time, I would say, because it starts to get a little bit cooler, but like right now it's 75. That's perfect. I could probably get away with November. December's gonna be hit or miss. Oh, did they repave this? Yes, they did. Okay, let's see how far it went. Because before this was like all jacked up and pretty much, oh wow, they really did this all. They did all of this. Nice. I'm not gonna go that way because there's cones, but that does lead me back to the street. They stopped here, so they're only doing just the part behind the building that they actually own. So they stopped here. This wasn't that bad to begin with. Back there was terrible, but now it's nice. Okay. Well, it does look like, doesn't look like anybody's been here either. So that's kind of nice. I like to think of this as my playground because nobody comes through here. So I get to use it. I won't go through there at night, though. I've done it a few times, but that's because I didn't know any better. And I just assumed that, yeah, there's nobody here. But you never know. Let's go this way, head back to the park, and we'll call it a day. Alright, let's do a top speed real quick. So far we got... Oh wow, we're already at 31 miles an hour. How the hell did that happen? That can't be right. It can't be going that fast. Unless it's 26. Alright. That was odd. Okay. Let's see anybody behind me. Okay, let's make our turn here. And who knows, maybe tonight, after work, I'll, if the wheel's still working, I'll take a ride down to the little downtown area. See how that goes. They've repaved all of that, so it's nice and smooth. Yeah, maybe we'll do another little video tonight and see how that goes. If you want to know a little more about the whole situation with trying to remedy this and the whole technical issues, leave a comment. I'll answer questions as best as I can. For the most part, like I said, the wheel just completely locked out, and when you go into the app and connect it, it tells you that message that I mentioned earlier. Basically, it's saying that there's a danger, a hidden danger, and therefore it's locked. And the way you take care of that is you actually have to send an email to a very specific email address, and what they pretty much ask you for is screenshots of what the app is telling you as to what the problem is. They tell you to upload the log, and then you just give a little brief description of what the actual situation is. And then what they'll do is they'll respond with a link so that you can actually schedule a day and time to actually get that phone call, which is exactly what I did. But as I said, they never actually called me. So it's quite possible that they actually fixed it on their own and figured they didn't need to call me. But that's pretty much all I got for you. So, and that's where I'm going to call it. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. You want to see more, hit subscribe. And with any luck, I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care.